We're live, girl.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I just want to say hello to you. It's been a good while since you and I have seen each other, so I'm excited about tonight's show. But I just want to welcome everyone. This is your girl, Quadria Marie. I'm the host of On the Queue with Quadria Marie. I have a wonderful, super wonderful guest tonight, Miss Margarita. Please don't beat me up if I if I mispronounce it. Is it Sarah Saraiva?
Saraiva. Yeah.
Saraiva. Okay, no, see the way you say it sounds better than how I said it.
Well, in my hometown is say Saraiva because I'm from Portugal, but it's in
Right.
English it's Saraiva with the strongest
Saraiva.
R.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta practice that Saraiva.
that's fine.
But again, I just want to welcome everyone here. It is Wellness Wednesday. It is also a happy International Women's Day. So Margarita and I are very excited about that. I didn't even think about that when I was doing the show. I knew that March was Women's Month, but today just happened to be International Women's Day. So I think it was perfect timing for us to do the show today. So shout out to all the ladies out there. Again, it's international, so it doesn't matter what country you're from, what ethnicity, what background. We're as women, we're all here. Or should be here, trying to all help one another. And Margarita has been one of those women that, and we're going to talk about that a little later when we talk about the X5 Confidence Club. But she's very much a motivator. Every day, she's saying something that is there to uplift you, and I just want to tell you I appreciate you for that. So
Thank
we're
you.
gonna get started with the show. Again, we're gonna talk about that a little later. I'm very excited to talk about that. But first, I just want her to share her backstory. She has a really grand story. We were talking the other day about her background, and her and Marguerite and I know each other from Caldwell, right? From Caldwell University.
Yes, Caldwell University. That's where we met.
Yeah. So that's where we met at. So we're not going to say how long ago that was, but I can't believe this much time, has gone, since we were undergrads. But we've always, kept in touch with, each other, whether on Facebook or Instagram. And she reached out to me and had allowed me to join this fabulous club that she has that we're going to talk about later. But I want her to talk some about where she came from and where she started, and you can just give us a brief background on your name. You already gave us a little bit insight about how to do the different pronunciations, but the spotlight is on you, girl.
Hello, everyone. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate. Thank you, and God bless you, and everyone on the show that's watching us. My name is Margarida. I was born and raised in Portugal. I grew up in a farm around all kinds of animals. You can start from goats, pigs, horses, very variety of animals. My parents were both farmers. I have three brothers, and I have three kids. Back home, it was a very hardworking environment, from cultivating crops to be responsible for the animals. When I would go to the mountains and my brothers too, and from a very young age, we learned how to be responsible.
Mhm.
Growing up in a farm was a very simple life. I enjoyed listen to the birds in springtime, picking up flowers,
Mhm.
the animals. I remember going um, to the mountains with flutes and my flute and the piano and things. I always would carry bags with me with stuff activities to do, as well as watch the animals. I always had a favorite dog. I always had dogs around me,
Mhm.
but always one was with me and horses. So we had this house in the mountains, and I would go with I would ride the horse, take about 23 sheep, four cows, and and go all day and come back when it was no school, of course. So growing up in a farm was something that I
Mhm.
cherish. It was I miss being home. I miss mom and dad, and I think it's to me is very delicate talk about the subject because my parents are in Portugal,
Yes.
and I've been here for about 22 years. And me, whatever I do here in this country, I always go back home, and my thoughts in my core and my soul, I remember home. I remember mom and dad. I remember my brothers and how hard life was. When I mean hard, it was not like in a bad way. It means we learned so many things as from strength, love, determination, understanding. I consider myself that I grew up in a very, healthy environment, and very, I'm proud of my parents the way, and I'm thankful the way they raised me.
And I'm
Yeah.
proud of you as well for your parents and how they raised you.
I had
Just
I,
amazing.
I had
Mhm.
a situation when I moved here. I every year I try to do a summary of myself, and I always compare a picture of myself and my parents and my siblings and the things I have accomplished. And in America, it is hard being an immigrant here. There's a lot of, especially what I live and the culture of the business that I develop. I have a lot
Mhm.
of customers, they are immigrants, and I understand everyone, because it is not easy. We come from another country, another culture, and here is hard. And to
Yeah.
embrace that, I every day I call my mom, my dad, and I
Hmm.
try to know and remember what I'm from, because that's how far I can
Yes.
go. It's knowing the way I grew up.
Right. And I know you're like, as you mentioned, how important uh, a family is. So I don't know if you want to talk some more about your current family and some of your background with that, or if you want to talk further about once you came to America and the different studies that you took upon yourself before all of that kind of
Well,
developed.
when I came to America, I got married in Portugal with my older daughter's father, which is one who brought me here. And it was very a new world to me. Thankful for the opportunity. I
Hmm.
am blessed to have the opportunity to be in this country. This is a country of an opportunity. We
Yes.
go through a lot of hard times. We go through a lot of difficult situations. And first of all, the first year when you move to the United States or any other country, I believe, it
Hmm.
is very, very hard to stay away from home. But um, from my own experience, this is a country of an opportunity. If you work hard and you discipline yourself, you can, get somewhere and achieve your goals, and help a lot
Right.
of people, and pay forward.
Yeah.
So I did high school in Portugal, and then
Hmm.
I got married. I was 18,
Okay.
and came to
Wow,
America.
that's young.
And when I got here, I had no. I just had my the father of my daughter's family here. I didn't have nobody
Hmm.
else, so it was hard. But at the same time, they were
Yeah.
very supportive, because I knew them from younger age.
Hmm.
And coming to United States, it was difficult as into more a transformation of the culture. But where I moved to, it was in Newark, New Jersey, and everybody
Yes.
pretty much speaks Portuguese and Spanish and Brazilian now, which is
Right.
Portuguese too. So
Hmm.
everybody really understands each other. So as far as the communication language, right now, and even when I moved, it was not as hard. Um,
Hmm.
I just feel that for a lot of people that come from other countries, and there's the immigration situation that some people come in and they only
Right.
can stay for some
Hmm.
months. Sometimes they stay forever until they able to travel out of the country again.
Right.
Luckily, I was able to do, after 1 year that I was here, I was able to go back home and see my family, and they also came to visit me.
Hmm.
But it was scary at beginning, but I had to adapt. And again, I am thankful for the opportunity that I came to this country, and the change that I have embraced, and
Hmm.
the lessons I have learned, and the mistakes I've made, and things that we do that we learn from each other.
Yeah, because you were here at such a young age, so you were not only learning how to adapt here, but just how to be a young woman as well.
Yes, so when I was pregnant with my Michelle, I was
Hmm.
19, turning to be 20. and to me, I was still a little girl. I
Right.
grew up with after
Yeah.
my daughter born, and even Michelle's
Mhm.
through her stages of growing up, she was like my sister, and
Right.
then her friends became. We had a group of friends. They were always four girls hanging out with me, and through the time, I went through a separation, and I was a single mom for some time. But I embraced the challenge, and I try to do activities with the girls as well. I was going to school,
Mhm.
but it is an adjusting situation to be here in the beginning, and me being as a young mom, and then
Right.
I was, at the time I was going to Catherine Gibbs doing my associate's degree, and I didn't know
Okay.
how to
Yeah.
I didn't know how to speak or write English formally.
Wow. And
Still today, I know I make mistakes. My language English is my second language. There's some words I
yeah.
don't pronounce them correctly, and I appreciate when people can correct me so I can learn. So yeah,
Right.
it
There's
is.
still words I don't know. So it's don't even worry about that.
So being a young mom, I think today I see it
Mhm.
as a beneficial because Michelle today is 21, and I can
Right.
talk to her like she's my best
Wow.
friend, and
21.
I have someone to go to, and vice versa. We help each other.
Right.
And I think it's good to be. I do advise for young women if they want to be a mom and to be a mom at a young
Okay.
age,
Well, I didn't
because
know that you did that. As I know you have so many different things that
I mean,
you
it
have going
wasn't
on.
planned, it happened, but I feel it's a good thing to have kids at a young age. Yeah,
Right.
young age, yes.
Well, to me, it's a blessing, any age, 18, 35, that, because I know you had a child later on,
Yes.
as well. So I'm pretty sure what it's like on both sides,
I
as
think
a mother.
now that I have a one to be 7 year old, and a girl that's 7 year old, and a boy that's five. I see the difference
Mhm.
now, from raising Michelle to my
Right.
other two children, and I
Mhm.
kind of there's certain things that I can balance better now because I've seen
Right.
what I went through with my first child. So,
Yeah.
but
Do you have
it
do
is
you have
I,
anything you want to share about that? Because I think that's important, especially today being Women's Day, for any
yes.
young mothers out there that might need some, advice.
So, well, happy Mother's Day for everyone, all the mothers that listen to
Yes.
us. Being a mother and being a woman, it's
Right.
a delicate subject sometimes in the universe that we live in.
Yeah.
As long as a woman can be brave enough and determined and persistent and love herself, I still see that there's a lot of going on in the domestic household, and with even society, the way men in general or otherwise look at women. And I feel the way I
Right.
want to mention this is because I want to encourage females, even if they have no kids, to really be brave, to believe in themselves and to speak up, because it is important. We do have an opportunity, and with all respect
Mhm.
to male out there, let us be where we want to be. Let
Right.
us
I
be
agree.
where we have in mind to be, because we do have goals and we do have dreams, and we are
Yes.
capable to do not the same, different is different tasks for males and females, but we
Yeah.
just want to be respected, that's all.
That's
And
the biggest thing. Respect.
the other side is that, of course, I have three kids, and
Mhm.
I work. I have my own business, and then I'm the one who takes care of my household. I'm the one who takes care of the
Right.
children. I know I don't have a lot of help, but because I chose not
Mhm.
to, too. But it is hard. There's times that's very delicate. There's times that I
Mhm.
wonder, how do I do all this? But
You
at
can
the end of
do
the
it.
day,
You've been doing it so long.
everybody
Yeah.
else can do it. Of
Right.
course, it takes a lot of strength and a lot of belief and a lot of affection and understanding too that we're not perfect. Sometimes, we
Right.
moms make mistakes. Sometimes we say
Yes.
things we regret later on, and it's other kids, other children, and other friends that come around our lives, other women. We need to help each other, and that's why we did also have the X5 Conference Club for
Yeah.
females, that we want
Yes.
to
Yes.
encourage each other, because I do feel sometimes women are left alone, and
Yeah. We
uh,
are.
we sometimes by helping other people, we helping ourselves.
Yeah,
So to all
I'm
the
a
women
strong
out there,
believer.
I'm sorry, happy Women's Day,
Yes,
and
Women's Day, and we have
a
some lovely
very happy.
ladies on here as well. So shout out to all the ladies that's on. They're saying good evening to all of us, and it makes you feel good when women support one another. So you mentioned
Yes.
your club, so I would like to discuss some of that because I am a part of this club as well, and it's a wonderful club to be a part of. I don't know if you just have it on WhatsApp or if you have it on
I
other
just
platforms as well,
right
but it's
now, right
a great
now
platform.
we started that community. I started this about like 10 years ago, but then I was active, then I kind of took some time off. Depends
Mhm.
on like I said, being disciplined, and then you get to a certain level that your mind stay
Right.
focused, and no matter what happens to you, you are consistent.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
so yes, so the this conference club is about us motivating each other. I usually go early in the morning,
Mhm.
5, 6, and kind of make sure reminding
Early.
drink water,
Waking us up.
make your bed, listen to pray to
Right.
God. Or it just certain things that I feel helps me, and by helping me, I most
Mhm.
likely helps other people. In this case,
Right.
our woman on the club, and
Yeah.
I just feel that we have helped a lot of other ladies on the club, and personally, I've reached out for me, thanking
Mhm.
me because we all go through situations, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's not easy to vent. It's we are embarrassed, or
No.
we are ashamed, or we are afraid of. And I just want to
Mhm.
encourage whoever it is that speak. Uh, if you're not comfortable with the people around you and your family or whoever is in your circle daily,
Right.
speak to
Hmm.
a stranger. So listen, I'm not having a good day. Can I talk to you? Can I give you a hug? Sometimes
Yes.
we just need someone to listen. Hugs are for free. Smiles are for free.
Yes. I agree 100%. Um, when COVID happened, it was hard for me because I'm such a big hugger. So, of course, with COVID, everyone's like, no, 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 don't, get close to me. So that was tough because I agree with you that the hugs are free and smiles are free. So I always feel like even if I'm not having the best day myself, smiling from, the inside out, not only does it make me feel better, but you never know what that can do for the next person.
Yes. So I see that when I have some customers. Now it's tax season,
Mhm.
and I happen to have some customers with me,
Right.
and I just maybe we're having a conversation, and
Hmm.
sometimes they leave my office with tears because I give them some sort of motivation, and I sort of
Yeah.
wake up call and say, this is. I'm not saying I'm the best person to be motivating someone. I speak from my own experience. I
Right.
have gotten through a lot of situations, and I think that if I can help
Hmm.
and pay forward, uh, we
Yeah.
can make this world a better world, especially whoever comes across your path. Just just
Hmm.
just be positive. Just make a difference if you can. It doesn't cost anything, and it,
No, it
it feels,
doesn't. Right.
you know,
And people make it seem like that, like it does cost something, to help the
it
next person,
doesn't.
and it really doesn't.
It doesn't. And it makes you feel you just making another person having a better day. Because sometimes,
Yeah.
believe me, we all go through very hard situations and conflicts in life that we just feel we having
Yeah.
a bad day, and we just talk bad to everybody you see in front of you. As long as you
Hmm.
understand that we all having difficulties, but it's okay to talk to strangers about
Right. I
yourself.
agree.
And even if you're having a bad day, just drink water. I keep it persisting on the club.
Oh my
Drink
God, you love
it.
saying that.
I
You know,
remind you guys, did you
in
drink
the
water
group.
today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the three of you guys, he's always mentioning, and it's funny because my boyfriend Tyrone and my aunt as well, who's on here on Princess, they're always pushing me and jumping on me about making sure I have enough water. And then now even my doctor's pushing me on that. So it's coming from all angles. Then when I wake up in the morning, I see you posting about, getting up, making your bed and drinking your water and all these different posts. Not only that you share, but the other ladies as well. That they share in the group to help motivate us. Just in the morning time, you need that. You need
Yes.
that push. Something most of us do. when you wake up, because like you said, you just may be having, may have had a bad night, or you just woke up on the wrong side of bed, and
I
just
think it's
just
always
one little poke
about,
can help you.
yeah, the reason I do this mornings routine
Mhm.
is because it have tremendous helped me. I was
Yeah.
not a morning person back then, and now I started to be, because I
Hmm.
started also to learn from other people that have
Hmm.
helped me change, and uh, I want to say, I don't want to say the word transforming, but like
Hmm.
look at myself different and love myself too. And
Yeah.
it takes time when you go to certain situations in life. We all go through difficulties in life. I speak for myself. Life is hard. Nobody said it's
Oh, it
easy.
definitely
You know,
is.
life is hard. If life was easy, it would be boring. So
Right.
we go through
Yeah, that's true.
problems, and you just need to know that if you can do this and you manage this situation, whatever comes next, you just believe in yourself. You're gonna manage and you're gonna fix whatever the problem is. I believe there's a solution for
Right.
everything in life. You have to
Oh,
be
yeah.
optimistic and believe, and know that, okay, I can do plan B, plan A, I'll do plan B. And if plan B doesn't work, I'll go to plan C. Don't give
Right.
up. Just be persistent and have
Don't give
faith.
up.
You always need
Yeah.
to have faith. You need to have faith and know that you're not alone. And I
Yeah.
always encourage people to have faith, to believe in God, and the
Oh,
universe
I
is
love I
actually
love
for all
that.
of us.
That's a big thing.
You
No
know,
matter
they
what
they
no matter what your religion is, just to have some
no, yeah,
faith in a higher being besides yourself, because it's too much for you to take on. Like you said, life is hard, and
yeah.
trying to channel that by yourself can be overwhelming for many people.
And that's why sometimes there's sometimes people are shy to talk because
Yeah.
they just are alone and they live in such a comfort zone. I
Right.
was there myself. I was there and I know the feeling. And this is why
Hmm.
I understand a lot of people that come across my path, and I feel I don't want to say I have the responsibility to encourage, but I feel I must, because people did that to me and it helped me, and I appreciate
Right.
uh, whoever in my
Hmm.
path and my past that understood me, my difficulties,
Hmm.
my failures, my mistakes, and we grow with failures, with mistakes,
Oh,
with
yes, more than your
craziness.
success. Yeah.
If anybody tells, oh no, I don't do none of that, oh everything, they're lying. We all
Right.
have
Yeah.
problems in life. And like I said, I'll say it again. If you
Hmm.
don't have problems and you don't have situations that are uncomfortable, your life is boring. You live in a comfort zone. So it's okay. It's okay to have problems. It's okay
It's
to be
okay. You
challenging.
need to have
Challenge.
that on your page, that it's okay to have problems.
So I can just, share. Remember one time I was doing on the shot in the morning, and I was actually writing this up, and then I screenshotted the morning routines.
Hmm.
And so I remember saying is the first thing you do when you wake up is be thankful, pray,
Hmm.
and have God in your life. I'm actually reading out
Yes.
of my screen shape.
Yes,
My
please.
screen. The second one, think about when you go into the bathroom, because we all go in the bathroom the first thing in the
Right.
morning.
Hmm.
Is think about what are you going to do today. So the first thought in your
Mm.
life is about what are you going to do. And if you plan, let's say 5 activities, 5 tasks, I
Right.
promise you that the minimum 3 of them will get done, because
Mm.
you plant it in your mind right away first thing in the morning before
Right.
anything happening to you. That's you and your and universe planning a day already. Drink cold
Mm.
water. Look
Hmm.
yourself in the mirror and say, I love myself. I'm important. I'm
Yes,
beautiful. I'm brave. I got this. No matter what
that's
happens to
right.
me, I'm going to keep going. Then brush your
Mhm.
teeth,
Yeah, that's
uh,
important. Yeah.
fix your hair, and then read 2 pages a day. I know I was sending you guys 2 pages. I knew some of you wouldn't read them. Then I started recording, because when you're driving, you kind of listen.
I know,
It took
I'm
me a
guilty.
while to get comfortable, but then I started
Hmm.
doing it every day. And then eat fruits or a
Hmm.
milkshake, whatever in the morning. It's good to exercise too. You can just do, it doesn't have to be a 10-minute exercise. It could
Right, it
just
don't have to
be
be long, right?
whatever activity you pick, do 20 times. Whatever you do,
Mm.
just move your body, because
Just
it's
move.
important. It just
Yeah.
move.
You
Just do
gotta be
whatever
able
you
to
want to
stretch.
do.
Stretching is so important too.
And
Like
I
you
really
said, when you
encourage
wake up.
you, yeah, I really encourage you to take cold showers.
I was trying to stretch now while we're Doing the show.
I'm finishing my list right now. So then taking a
Hmm.
cold shower, get dressed, choose the clothes you like, dress for yourself, whatever you like about yourself. Write down your goals. It's mandatory. You really need to write it
Hmm.
down. And one thing
Wow.
is you writing down, memorizing, or even doing it on a
Hmm.
computer. Another thing is writing a piece of paper. Look,
Yes.
this is what I carry with me.
Got to. I have
And
mine too. You have to
I
actually
I have this.
write
It's a
stuff
small,
down.
yeah, and I write my
Yeah.
goals every day. I have other fancy stuff, but this
Right.
stays, this goes inside my
It's
purse.
something different when you actually writing it down and putting words to paper.
Yeah, and then the next one would be meditate for 30
Hmm.
seconds and breathe. Just breathe. Why is you doing this in the morning? It's because I see it for myself throughout the day. I go through like different situations, things I get
Right.
frustrated, and what I do, I have this 5 second rule: breathe in,
Mm.
breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and say, "I got this. I got."
Right.
When you make that decision for 5 seconds, you stay
Hmm.
silent and you think to yourself, "I got this." So
Yes.
whatever you're dealing with, you just have that positive mindset that it's going to work out no
Hmm.
matter, and you're not going to disrespect anyone, you're not going to
No.
disrespect yourself, because it is a very, a process of, controlling yourself sometimes, because
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
you know and then the last one that I have, let's see, it would be check your conference club and say hi, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And then is, I'm a very um about the universe. I think the message, we are
Hmm.
about vibration, we're all about energy. Whatever we give to the world comes back to us. So
Right.
make this universe a peaceful one. It's okay. We deal with
Yes.
negative people daily.
Right. You do.
You cannot avoid negativity in your life. It comes to you
No.
free. It comes
Yeah.
to you. You can choose how to handle the your attitude determines the outcome of anything you do.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
know you might see, you might just be buying a coffee and a
Hmm.
sandwich, and someone just, step on you or do whatever,
Yeah.
and trash you and cursing at
Hmm.
you. And all
Right.
you gotta say, just, you have two options: you reply back to the same coin, or you just reply with your
Hmm.
own ideas. I don't believe in people replying back with the same coin. I think it's negativity with negativity. Two wrongs don't make a
No.
right.
No, I don't.
So and the version of you, it's not the same version of the other person. So if you can show your
That's
version,
true.
of course, it's hard. I can speak probably this way now because I have worked on myself from certain situations I've gone through in the past. And
Yeah.
it takes a really deeper level to get to know my soul, myself, my feelings, my mind, and to be brave and to know that I am somebody. I love myself, and it is important to understand that um, whatever the universe brings to you, sometimes it's just a lesson. But sometimes you
Yeah,
gotta go through. Sometimes
I agree.
you gotta go through some situations. You gotta fail hard
You
to
actually have
learn
to, right, to
a
learn.
lesson. I,
Yes.
I bring back situations from my past, and things that I've gone through that I'm not proud of, things that I've done that I hurt people, things that
Mhm.
I regret doing it. But I was very young,
Right.
and throughout the years I have forgiven myself, and I'm also thankful
Hmm.
I have been able to work with some people and forgiven me, because this is a a two-way street. Just be honest. Admit that
Yeah.
you make mistakes. It's
Hmm.
okay. We all
It's
human.
okay. I
Okay
know
to make
someone who has a very hard time admitting to
people.
mistakes, and it's like we all do that.
Some people live for the
Right.
rest of their lives,
Right.
holding you accountable for something that you did. But
Right.
they make mistakes too. Nobody's perfect.
No.
No, nobody. So when you see someone yelling at you and screaming at you, right now I look at them. I say, okay, maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe you have some problems on your own to resolve. I'm just
Right.
gonna listen. I'm gonna stay
Yes.
calm. Allow you to be yourself. When I'm ready, I'll speak to you. I do that
Yes.
now, but in the past I wasn't doing that. So, and I know a lot of individuals go through situations like that daily. It doesn't matter if
Right.
it's females or males. Everybody's
Hmm.
general society.
Everybody.
And then sometimes we also try to protect, and probably I say this more towards my kids. We
Hmm.
also try to protect our kids a certain way, a certain subject that we feel is the best thing for them. And
Yeah.
sometimes we hurt them, we hurt their friends, who they are with, because in our minds we
Mm-hmm.
think we're doing the right thing, and we're not. Because we also need to know, um, we need to put ourselves
Hmm.
in their shoes. We need to put ourselves
Yeah.
in their position and understand that we all have feelings and we all have different perspectives how to see a certain situation.
Right.
The
We
way I
do.
look, the way I look at something, you might not agree with me, and I have to respect you,
Right.
you know, and I have to respect you. And then we also need to be aware of.
Hmm.
I have this saying, and I will say this forever. Um,
Hmm.
When I say every day above ground is a good day, we are alive.
Yes.
We're here.
Yes.
Enjoy the
Right.
day. No matter if it's negative, if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's sunny, just enjoy it. You are here.
Enjoy it. Right. You're
A
here.
lot of people that we knew, they're no longer here. They're
Right.
gone.
They're
You'll
not.
never
They're
see them
not.
again.
No.
So that's okay. Because I notice a lot of people complain a lot, and I used
Right.
to be
They
one of
do.
those people too. I used to blame other people to not do my own stuff, and I would
Mm.
say that that's their fault. But no,
Yeah.
because I allowed it. So it come to a
Right.
point. You really have to accept yourself. You have to lay down in a piece of paper, or whatever in your mind, and say,
Hmm.
okay, this is what I'm failing at.
Hmm.
This is what I am procrastinating at, and I have
Right.
to do something
Wow.
about it. Because at the end of the day, it's just you and God if you have faith.
That's it.
No,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna do it for you, because believe
No.
me, your friends, your husband, your kids, they have their own
Right.
life,
Yeah. They
and
do.
maybe they have some
Hmm.
spare time to help you with your own with your own situations, but they
Hmm.
have their own life. They have their own situations going on, and you need to think about
They
yourself.
do.
If you don't take care of yourself, I promise you, nobody will. Nobody will.
You got to take care of yourself first, or you're no good to no one else.
If you don't love yourself first, how can you love other people or be
Of
nice to other
people.
people? If you hate
Right.
yourself and you have,
Right.
throughout my life, I have seen a lot of situations, and that's probably why I have learned from a lot of individuals on my circle, my direct circle, that
Hmm.
negativity. Uh, let's put it the other way: misery loves company. And I actually know an individual that every time I say something, he's not on my direct circle,
Hmm.
but it's someone
Right.
that I know for a couple of years. But
Hmm.
let's say if I say something or I even post something on social media, this person always commenting something negative. And I'm like,
Mm.
really, miserable loves company. How miserable can this person be that cannot be
How
happy for
could they?
someone
Right.
else? So
Yeah.
you need to be aware of that can be contagious to you. So you need to be aware that um, negativity loves company, meaning sometimes you have nothing to do with somebody else's problem. It's not your problem, and you need to just be the bigger person, and
Right.
take a step back and breathe in. Okay, let me just not take their problems to be mine. I used to do that,
Right.
and I used to struggle, and I used to do things that I was not proud of. And it took me a
Hmm.
long time to really learn myself and say, no, I come first. Because
Yeah.
if I
Oh,
don't take
that's
care of
hard.
myself,
That's
you know
hard
what I mean?
for women. Period. It's a big thing because you're always thinking about everyone else first and making
Yeah.
yourself laugh. But in
And I do,
reality, you have to put yourself first when it comes to that, taking care of
I,
yourself.
if you're not being selfish, even when
Right.
you're in a relationship, and this happens a lot between, relationships, domestic relationships,
Oh
it's more
yeah.
common. It's more common than it's also with children and
Hmm.
family members and whoever you live with. This happens more in the domestic, at home.
Yeah.
Is sometimes you delegate yourself to other people to make everybody happy because you think, mind, it's your responsibility. And
Right. You
then
do.
by the time that you need time for you, you're done. You have no more
No,
energy.
nothing's
You,
left.
I have this saying that say you water everybody else's plant. Their
Mm.
flowers are growing, but nobody water your
Yes.
plant. So your plant now is dying.
Yeah.
So and then what's going to happen to you when you have nothing else to give because everybody else is used to receiving only,
Right.
and
Because you're just
but
giving, giving, and giving,
you
and
never
they're
train them.
taking. Right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can't, you have to come to the point, and you're not being selfish. You come to the
Mhm.
point to say, no, it's just fair to me. I have to live
Yes.
too. When I say
Right, we
live,
do.
it's allowing your soul to shine. Because I am a
Right.
firm believer in controlling your brain to be
Yes.
disciplined, to be brave. Your heart can trick you. Those are
Oh, yes.
emotions that are temporarily.
Right.
Pain is temporarily.
Yes.
You might suffer. In pain might be for a day, for a week, for a month, or for a year. Eventually, will go away. You move on to
Right.
something
That's
else.
true.
You
Yeah.
learn a new skill. You move jobs. You there's always something going on,
Right.
and that temporarily
Hmm.
pain that you feel uncomfortable with, it will change to something different, and that's a circle. Remember
Yeah.
that life is like a mountain, right?
Yes.
Um, when you're at the top of the mountain and you're very happy, just remember this: you're gonna go down and you're gonna be sad. This is Bible. This is real.
Right.
When you're sad, you might be sad for 3 4 days or whatever time takes you to heal whatever situation that got you upset,
Hmm.
and then you're gonna go up and down. That's like life is like a roller coaster, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. It definitely is.
And then
Every day it can be a roller coaster, but definitely throughout the periods of in your life.
and then to summarize my sentence, I
Hmm.
this is I tell this to a lot of people that I come across my path is we live in the world of their Hunger Games. Survival is a
Yes.
motivation.
Yes.
So what do you think I mean by that when I say that? You know the Hunger Games, right?
Yes. Yes.
The movie.
Right.
So everyone fights until the last minute. Of
Right. They
course,
do
we know.
fight to them.
Okay, and then only at the end of that game, only two people survive.
I
Maybe you
right.
don't.
I
Maybe
think
you don't.
I'm
You
trying to
don't.
remember now, but yeah, I'm sure
It
you're
was
right.
supposed to be just one, but because of the blueberries, the female told the male that don't eat that
Hmm.
because it's poison.
Hmm.
So, but in reality, the game was not supposed to be like that. Only one was supposed to survive. Why am I
Yeah.
sharing this? Is in real world, sometimes we do things.
Hmm.
We do things for survival.
Yes.
Um, I,
Hmm.
I I strongly respect someone that fails or makes a mistake or does something on purpose to get something
Yes.
uh, because they need it because it's required at the time. But they come to you and
Hmm.
say, "Listen, this happened. I did this, and I know you're upset with me because of this situation. I hope you can forgive me
Right.
or you can work things out with me." I don't know a specific example right now, but I've
Hmm.
seen from other people that it is important to really be honest. It takes time. It really takes time to be honest about whatever it is.
Hmm.
So when I say survival is, I have dealt with a lot of individuals in my life, um, and I have
Yeah.
seen a lot of kind of uncomfortable conversations, and we all have this gossip
Hmm.
going on and this bad mouthing each other.
Right.
You can't let that bother you.
No.
People are always gonna talk shit. People are
Yeah, they
always
are.
gonna talk shit.
That's
People are
true.
always gonna people are always gonna talk, and people are always gonna be jealous of you. Sometimes
Yeah.
unconscious,
Right.
and you just need to know that you need to be there for yourself because like
Hmm.
and again it's about embracing you first. You're not
You
being
first.
selfish.
Yes.
You've been you know that even if you're not okay with yourself, how can I be there for my daughter or
Right. You can't.
my children? How can I be there for you if I'm not okay? That doesn't mean I'm a perfect person. It doesn't mean I'm trying
No.
to be a human being and understand you. So and this is a circle. So when I'm not okay,
Hmm.
usually something happens that someone comes across my path that day and gives me a hug and say, "Thank you. You just made my
Right.
day." No, the simplest
My
thing.
aunt said exactly. Yeah. That is the truth.
Yeah. So it is important to
Hmm.
really be brave,
Yeah.
and to know that to stay focused on yourself, and
Hmm.
because the world we live in now is a
Yeah.
lot of we live in a digital world now.
Right. We
Look,
do.
look at me. I haven't seen you in what
Right.
10
Well,
years.
I don't know if we want to say how long, but yeah, it's been a good while before my gray hair started to come in.
So I think this digital world is great, but also can be very dangerous,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
its
sure.
manipulation. You know, So I just want to, let the world know that
Mhm.
no matter what happened to you, just stay calm yourself, never
Yes.
give up, have faith, know that the universe has your back. If you don't talk
Oh,
about it,
yes.
it won't happen to you. It
Right.
doesn't matter what it is. Peace, there's no money in the world that can buy
No.
peace.
No, it sure can't.
And I think you have to be very, very, very disciplined too
Mhm.
on yourself and your goals.
And speaking of that, I would like you to talk some more about the different businesses you have and the mentorship, because that's something I didn't know that you were actually a part of. I should have known, knowing you, that you would be doing that, but I wasn't aware of that until recently. So if you want to just talk briefly about your accounting services, as well as businesses you may have with others, and your mentorship, I think that's important to talk about tonight.
Yes. So, well, I first I'd like to tell how I started in this
Yes.
country. My first job was at Pathmark in the
Yes, I
bakery.
know that's right.
I was packing cakes, and then I from that I went to work to a factory,
Mhm.
and I was doing pieces for airplanes and to washing machines, metal machines.
Right.
And at the time, I really didn't know how to speak English at all, but I
Mhm.
was thankful that I had two individuals that they would give me rights to go to work, which was Lourdes and Paula, and I'm very thankful. I remember them taking
Mhm.
me to work, and then we would listen to this music. They took me to the mall,
Mhm.
to places, and I was able to build a friendship with them. So I'm very thankful for that time. From that, then I went to clean houses with my daughter's
Mhm.
grandmother.
Mhm.
And we did that for a while, and we cleaned houses. She actually wanted me to keep her business, but that's not what I had in mind. So I
Right.
didn't pursue the cleaning service, which I
Mhm.
encourage all the women that I know. I have a lot of customers that do cleaning service. It's a good business.
Oh,
Go
yeah, I've
for
been
it.
seeing more of that myself. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes, and grow it. So I did
Mm.
that for some time. But when I was in Portugal, I always had, I always wanted to continue to study, and I had
Mhm.
more of a thing of business and numbers. I worked for the summertime in the serial of the court of my town for like it was like a
Mhm.
summer 3 months, and I kind of
Right.
liked the computers,
Right.
speaking to other people. So that's what I had in mind. And then when I was cleaning houses, I was got pregnant, and then while I had my baby Michelle, I did some housekeeping. I would take my
Mhm.
daughter with me. Then I started going to school to gathering gifts, and I started doing I worked at Valley National Bank. My first
Okay.
job
Yes.
in
Yes.
business was a Valley National Bank. I worked
Mhm.
with a great mentor, Duana Jones. It was I'm still in touch with her today. She was awesome.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
worked with. That's when I started getting myself involved with different cultures.
Right.
I worked with people from India,
Mm.
from Pakistan, African American,
Mhm.
Italian. So I was
Wow.
very thankful and blessed to be with so many awesome people that embrace
Right.
my difficulty of not knowing how to speak English, not knowing technical skills in
Right.
computer, because I was still learning all that. With that, I actually worked at National Bank for 3 years, and I did seasonal, then I did just Saturdays,
Mhm.
and from that, while I was going to school, I did my internship at a company called SWK Technologies, which
Okay.
was a very strong foundation for my career. This
Mhm.
company, my manager was Kathleen Wise, and she was just awesome. I'm
Yes.
very, very thankful that
Yes.
I'm very thankful for my mentors that I had in my career. For From that, I worked for 1 year and a half as a bookkeeper, and then the company was closing, and
Mm.
because they would transition to New York, Syracuse. It was
Mhm.
too far for me to travel there, and that's when I started then working as a bookkeeper in a
Mhm.
CPA firm here in Newark, and then from that I started working in Jersey City. With That's when I started doing taxes. I started doing taxes with Tim Mansour. It's probably on the slide
Mhm.
today. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Tim, thank you so much for everything you teach me how to do
Yeah,
taxes.
thank you.
The first time I met Tim, I had no clue about doing taxes and none of this. And then he just asked me, Do you want to learn how to do taxes?" I'm like, hell yeah,
Mhm.
what are we gonna do? I was just like, I went just for to be
He
a
was just
general
open, yeah.
bookkeeper. So
Right.
there, and I worked with Paul Smoliski. So I was doing two in the same office with like a split
Mhm.
office, and I was the bookkeeper for both business. And from that, I got
Wow.
promoted to general manager, then staff accountant.
Mm.
So Paul Smoliski was a company. It was a construction company that I was, helping them managing the, accounting, paying the
Right.
bills, and there's other upper level people upper than me doing the same another tasks. And on Tim's
Mhm.
side, we're doing tax. We did tax season. I used to do night hours, weekends, and I liked it.
Wow.
I really liked the environment.
Mhm. Mm.
And I always remember Tim, Paul Smoliski. One time he puts me on a board. I was at the time I was already working. I was wearing Colville University
Right.
to do my bachelor's in accounting, and it was different type of accounting.
Mm.
Tim was Mentor Partners was public accounting, taxes, and
Mhm.
dealing with the public.
Okay.
With core companies, which was Paul, it was private accounting. It was different type
Okay. That's
of
different. Yeah.
tasks. So then Paul goes like this, he asked me a question, debits and credits, which is an accounting equation, and then he goes, he asked me a question,
Mm.
and I said, I think I know the answer, but I started
Mhm.
sweating, because I was in front of other colleagues. And
Right.
then
Wow.
he said, "This is accounting 101. You know the answer." I said, "Yeah, I think I do." Then I go and I did it correctly, but he puts him on the spot. And one thing that
Mhm.
I learned from working with Tim and Paul, and I bring them a lot because I feel to me
Mhm.
was one of my core decisions and experience that I embraced for my career to be what I do today. It was
Right.
working with those two individuals. They're very strong-minded people, very career-oriented, and I think I gained a lot from them. And
Mhm.
I remember one time, Paul, we were working, we were having a situation, and I was kind of frustrated, but at the same time, he came to me, and this I wanted this advice everyone out there that works in the corporate world, and even any job with
Right.
anything that happens at work environment, with your coworkers, whatever. We all have jobs.
Yeah.
Is Paul came to me and he said to me, "Listen, he holds like my arm and he goes,
Mm.
you need to know something. I'm not mad at you. This is work. We're just handling the
Yeah.
situation." And outside that door, I'm your friend. We all used to go to
Mm.
lunch. We used to work
Right.
across from New York City and Exchange Place.
Mhm.
There's a nice
Yes.
boardwalk there. So we
Mhm.
used to go have lunch there. It was a very good environment that we had there. But that day specific, he said, "I'm not mad. You just need to
Mhm.
know, I'm just I'm not angry. I'm upset of the
Mhm.
situation, and you cannot take it personal." Because I used to take everything very self-defensive.
Yeah.
I just get mad, and I say, "No, I'm going to prove you
Mhm.
that I'm right. I'm going to prove you that this is not true." And I used to like take it
Mhm.
to the heart until they taught me so many things there. And then it was also very multitasking.
Yeah.
There was also the first time I had someone working for me, which was
Mhm.
um, another employee that was part time, and then from that I graduated. Then I
Mhm.
took a different path in my career, and I worked for another company called SWK. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
that was it was a diligent board member service and
Mhm.
international business, and that was an accountant there. From then I moved to Veritex. Legal Solutions is the
Okay, I know
company
where
that.
text. Yes.
Yes, so I worked there as senior accountant. We were like four accountants together,
Okay.
and
Wow.
that company. That's when I learned to have my own individuality as
Mhm.
a person in a big corporation. I had
Yeah.
to. I have my own tasks, but I have to. We work as a group, but it's sometimes you have your own individuality as to show
Mhm.
what are you good at, what can you
Right.
do. So working for this company, it changed my life in so many ways. And why I want to bring Veritex in a specific broad
Mhm.
way is
Mhm.
because I managed a big project there. My manager at the point there was Andrea Vishwag, and me and her
Mhm.
connected very well. She was from New York. She was really great. I actually started that job with a lower position as a accounts receivable because I wanted to get in the culture of the company. And
Yes.
then 2 months
Mhm.
later, I was promoted for a higher position, and I
Wow.
managed this project to do over, I think it was over $10 million in unapplied cash.
Mhm.
Yes, and then we
Yeah.
hired ten temps. I was responsible for the project, manager all their tasks, their laptops. We had a conference room just for them. I had to do several presentations. So we worked together for about 4 months, and it
Mhm.
was very, very successful. And at the end of the project, I was able to hire four of those temps. So I believe
Wow, that was a
today, I
blessing.
believe,
Mhm.
yeah, I believe today, two of those temps are still working for Veritex. I believe I'm still in
Mhm.
touch with the four that I
Yeah.
hired. Yes, I think two of them is
Mhm.
still there, but one of them, it was very touching to me, and it happened to be my
Mhm.
first employee at Saraiva Group in 2014.
Okay.
This lady was, she had kind of a little bit of a technical situation,
Mhm.
and she was already 62,
Wow.
and she went. I mean, I know it's kind of delicate to. I can't mention names and whatever
No,
happened
it's
there,
okay.
but
Right.
is that I felt she was harassed at the workforce, and
Mhm.
she then I got promoted to the finance team, and
Okay.
she kept coming to my desk asking for
Mhm.
help. What was going on with her in a lower level, because we were in the top floor. She was in the second floor, and she
Okay.
constantly kept coming to my department. And then my manager was like,
Mhm.
you can't. She can't keep coming here asking for help
Mhm.
and venting about what's happening downstairs, because she was uncomfortable. And then she ended up, getting fired.
Mhm.
And
Uh,
what happened was, I at the time then, when my manager, she left. 6 months later, I left too. We were a very, good team, and then I went to work in
yeah.
New York. I went to work in New York City. It was my
Mhm.
decision to leave the company and work for New York City. I wanted to experience New York City, and it was a great experience. I learned that we are just a number, and you just
Wow.
have to you just have to do production, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much
A
it.
lot of
But
times it is that's the case
it
everywhere. Yeah.
it's not every culture. It just happened that I had, experienced something different. I would do it again if I have to.
Mhm.
I just knew that it was a step that I had to take to
Right.
experience.
Yeah, you
Um,
did.
while I was working in New York City, this lady, her name is Roma DeBrit. She was struggling financially, and then, I mean, I had my own job. I was a single mom at the time, taking
Mhm.
care of my daughter and paying my bills and my
Yes.
stuff. And then I started doing this business, bookkeeping
Mm.
for customers,
Mm.
and at my closet.
Wow.
And I hire her, but then I said, look, I don't make enough money to pay you. I have to pay you
Right.
from my own job.
Yeah.
And then uh,
Mhm.
why I embrace neuro a lot, and one of my goals in the future is I want to open a school to teach
Wow.
older individuals that can no longer find jobs in corporate, because I know
Mhm.
out there, I've seen it, and I still see it a lot. There's a lot of individuals that get really, mistreated, harassed at the workforce,
Oh,
especially older
yes.
people.
Yeah, they are.
And I really want to, encourage out there. It's not
Mhm.
gonna be just me. I want this to be something to do with, local, community, the government. I don't want to. I just want to help out, and also
Right.
younger kids from
Yeah.
college and from high school. I have mentored a few people that today, two of them
Mhm.
are in the process of being accountants, and they started
Wow, that's
from scratch.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yes, they start from scratch with me. So
Mhm.
I summarize everything up to be done. When I left the job as an accountant in New York City, I then met the father of my two younger kids, which is
Mhm.
Fernando, and then
Yes.
we embraced it, an entrepreneurship level of business. He has his own business, and I have my own. So we
Mhm.
kind of embraced it together. It was very challenging, it still is every day. But I do have to say that I enjoy what I do now. I kind of embraced
Mm,
the public accounting, which is, I provide a bookkeeping service, tax
yes.
returns, financial advising. I also do a lot of translations. I do help with license, different types of, general office
Right.
service. And the good thing I have about
Mm,
this is I see now I have helped so many people. And now that it's tax
I'm
season, and a
sure.
lot of, if you are
Mm,
listening, sometimes we have to know that there's times that we procrastinate on our jobs. There's
of
times that
course.
we promise things to customers, and for whatever reason we can't deliver at
Mm,
the time we promise, and that's something I'm working on myself. This is why it
mhm.
takes you time to heal from situations, from being
Yeah.
disciplined about
Oh,
knowing what
you
is a
saying the whole
priority.
word.
So in the past I would have kind of make, I guess, maybe uncomfortable domestic
Mm,
situations to be a priority versus my
right.
career. When it
Mm,
comes to level that you become a certain age and you know that things will be a routine, you just need to focus. Okay, you know what? This is
yes.
my priority for today. You need to be disciplined. If you're not disciplining yourself, you will never accomplish your dreams, your goals, or you
Mm,
never be
I agree
able to be at
100%.
peace with yourself. So I just want to know that it is so important to be disciplined and to be honest. It's
Mm,
something that I'm working on myself because I'm very busy. And I noticed
yes.
because also the culture that I have right now, that my customers, they're also bilingual, and they
Hmm.
English is their second language, so I
Right.
tend to help them, and with a lot of situations their private life has.
Yeah,
And it just very important to really pay forward. I
of
wanted to thank
course.
all my
Mm,
managers here that helped me, and to that was there for me, that believed in me.
mhm.
I look at myself and I say I don't I don't forget where I came from. When I go
No.
back home, I still
Mhm.
work in the farm. I'm actually, I miss my parents every single day. When I accomplish everything new, I call my parents and I say thank you so much. I dedicated this
Yeah.
to you guys,
Right.
and I
Mm,
just feel that it is important to uh, for everyone out there that's starting a career, or you having dreams that you wish to be something and you're stuck in your job.
yes.
Don't be afraid. Take the risks.
Yes.
Trust the process. Trust the
Yeah.
process.
That's huge.
Eventually, don't be afraid to fail. If you don't fail, you're not learning.
Right.
You know how many
Mm.
mistakes I have done in my life? Several. I'm not
Yeah.
perfect. But the thing is, the secret is knowing that you have to accept your failures. You have to own. You have to
Yes.
own
I
your
agree. You
own
do.
failures. If you don't own them, you just blame other people. You're just gonna continue doing them because
Keep doing them over and over again.
right?
Yeah.
Where have you learned from it? You know.
That's the
So
biggest thing, actually learning from your lesson.
and you have to take responsibilities for your
Yes.
own. Uh, Everything you do, it's your fault. Don't blame other people.
Yeah.
Things happen to you because you allow it. You
Yes.
just allow it to happen to you. It's communication. Communication. Sometimes, someone comes to you very aggressive.
Mhm.
You don't have to be aggressive back. Just,
No.
take a step back and say, okay, let me see how I can make this positive environment. Let me see how I can make this turn this around 360, and make it a difference. Uh, you
Yes.
know, so I just think that I, every day I struggle still
Hmm.
with daily tasks, as
Yes.
into my job, my kids, my house, my
Right.
relationship, and nobody's perfect.
No.
I'm not gonna say that I have great times all the time, because I don't. I struggle
Right. None
too.
of us. Yeah.
But I just wanted to know that the secret is for you to keep going, and to really know that it's having discipline. It's knowing that,
Yes.
okay, it doesn't work out this way, let's do it another way. And also, I think very
Hmm.
important is, honestly, just know that you have people out there in your life, they don't like you. They
It's
don't
true.
want you to
That's true.
succeed. These people
No.
that people that say in your own table, people that you
Right.
see on let's say a monthly basis, they look
Hmm.
at you, they they're fake. They're
Yeah.
not being real to you, and you feel who they are, and you just respect them. But please know that not everybody wants the best for you. Trust
No,
me.
that's a lesson I had
You,
to learn, and as well
you
as plenty of
cannot
others.
you cannot
Right.
trust everybody you're speaking to. You cannot tell your goals to everybody. I'm telling you, be careful who you
Yeah.
trust. Trust God. Go to bed at
Yeah.
night, talk to God. Talk to the universe. Talk
Mhm.
whoever you believe. Make your own mind and your own self. Because some people, just because they can't achieve certain things in life, they don't want you to achieve it either.
Right. No, they
So
don't.
they will encourage you. They will say, "Why would you do that?" Like I have some major things that I want to achieve in life, and they're scary to me. They're really
Hmm.
scary, but I know that I can do them. I have
Right.
this goal that I want to achieve. I'm stuck in my mind. I know one day is gonna happen. And some of my closer friends
Yeah.
and people in my circle, like, you crazy. That will never
Of
happen. I'm
course
like,
they
yes,
are.
yes, it will happen. You have to manifest it, and it's just
Yes,
one
you
step
do.
at a time. It's one
Yes, little
step at a
baby
time.
steps. Right.
This morning I was actually in a meeting this morning, and
Hmm.
this lady, she said this in the meeting. Oh, it's not possible. And she said
Mm.
that her grandma asked her this: "Can you eat an elephant?" And
Mm.
the girl said, "No, you can't." She said, "No, yes, you can.
Mm.
You actually can eat an elephant." I'm not saying. I mean, this is we are human. I'm not saying it's hypothetical an example, but you
Right.
actually can eat. You can eat
Yes.
an elephant. You know how? Little by little, throughout the years, you can
Yes.
eat an elephant. So
That's very true.
that's how life
Yeah.
is. You
Yes.
might think like this goal you have in your mind, it looks big, it looks
Right.
impossible, but if you do one step at a time, little by little, and just make sure you write it down every day,
Oh
so
yes.
it's
Yeah.
still you manifesting it to the world. You
Right.
making it happen, and speaking to existence. I am this. I have this. I am
Yes.
already doing this.
Already
You know.
doing it. Yeah. I'm a big
Yes.
believer on that.
So I
And
know we're getting about our time. I
yeah, I
just
wanted you already shared so many tips, but I wanted to know if you have that one on the Q tip that you want to share
yes.
with the viewers tonight. Shout out to everybody that has been on tonight as well, watching and commenting and sharing as well. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys.
Yes. So I just wanted to thank you all for being here and listen. This is actually
Yeah.
my first time doing a
Yes.
podcast. So I hope I hope I did okay.
No,
If I
you did
didn't,
great,
I
and I
apologize
wanted
for
you to feel
anything.
comfortable.
Yes. So I just think that my message to the universe is, if today was my last day, I just wanted to thank everyone that helped me, that understood me, and I wanted to apologize for anybody that I've hurt, people that I
Mm,
still has, I guess, anger towards me. Don't do that. Just move on in life. I know some people that probably things that happened in the past, they still live those
right.
moments today. Just move on. It's gone. It's over. It was in the past. That's one
Mm,
of the. I like it right to know that. Don't take things so serious. Um, Love yourself.
yes.
Never quit about yourself. Sometimes we all like to scroll things on Instagram, on Facebook, or social
Hmm.
media, and we come
Right.
across a video that makes you cry. Sometimes I things that touch you, and I just wanted to encourage the universe
Yes.
to know that everything is possible. Everything is possible. You just have to believe, but you have to know. Don't be selfish. Don't be too
Yes.
materialistic. Know that the most important thing about life is you to be okay with yourself, you to love yourself. And
Wow.
then I just
Yes.
want to ask you, I think a lot of you guys that know me, they know that I ask this
Hmm.
question a lot, and I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Sure.
a lot of people knows me by this question. So if you had to go to another planet,
Mhm.
what three materialist things would you take with you? You cannot take people, no pets, nothing that is survival. Food, water, oxygen is
No,
provided to you.
you can't have no food, so we're gonna.
No, 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 no. Food is given to you.
Oh, it's
So
given to
food,
us. Okay.
the primary things you need to survive, they're given to you. So you have to
Mhm.
take three things, and you'll never come back. But it's mandatory to take three something
Mandatory.
something materialist to take with you. You can take whatever, anything, your car, your house. I'm just speaking in general. You can take whatever. It sometimes means something to you. What would you
Um,
take?
well, the first thing I probably would bring is something to write with for my
Okay.
thoughts. I don't know if a pen is
It's
allowed,
good.
if that's counting as one of my
Count.
three items, but definitely that. Um, the second item I would bring, I don't know if you can see, but I have a picture of my mom here. Um,
Okay.
I'm not saying this particular picture, but I'll definitely have. something with her, to carry, along with me, whatever planet that I'm on. Um, the third thing I probably would bring, hmm, it's hard because I'm trying to narrow it down to just three things, and I would say my cat Chloe, but you said I can't,
I
I
can't take
cannot,
pets.
I can't bring any
So you
pet.
have one more thing.
So I have one more thing. Um,
Yeah.
I don't, oddly, I'm not gonna say cell phone for some reason. I don't think I would want to
I
bring
mean, you
that.
you
No,
you can take a phone.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to another planet. It's almost like starting over, if
Okay.
that makes any sense. But
Mm-hmm.
let me think. I have one more. I'll probably bring something that I can work out with, some type of exercise equipment. I don't know, just
When
to
you
keep myself going.
Good. Yeah, those are three good things.
Yeah.
So I would take anything to take pictures. I love photography. I like to make
Mhm.
memories. I think a picture says a million things. Any
Yeah,
photography, anything, you just look at the picture and there's so many things come to your mind.
that's
And
true.
I'll take anything to write. I'll a notebook to write quotes, motivations to leave behind for
Hmm.
people that
Right.
would benefit from it. And I definitely take a picture that I took when I was 9 years old, when I was in
Hmm.
Portugal. This
Mm.
picture makes you remember about what I came from and how far I can go, and that's far. That's very far. Uh,
Right.
I think that it is important to have your core values, your roots, and never forget where you came from. And then,
Oh,
of
yes.
course, you also never forget the people that was there for you when you were struggling. And I just wanted to kind of mention here live that
Yes.
I'm very thankful for one part of my life in 2006. I went through very struggles times, and Garrett Steeds and Liliana Ferreira, they were there for me.
Mm,
They were my
mm,
family. They were my
mm.
family here, and I wanted to thank them for being there for me. And I think
Yeah.
I have so many people that I can be thankful for. Another
Right.
family. I also have stepkids, and I'm very thankful for them in my life. We have learned a lot from each other. I have learned so much from them as well. Out of certain emotions and situations that I feel that if I can help,
Mhm.
why not? I'm not perfect, and the family overall, I think that to me is embracing challenge. It was things new to me. That's the current life that I live now, and
Yes.
I just want to thank you know everybody that's part of my circle as well as my customers. I wanted to specifically thank Juliano de Souza
Mm.
from JS Builders. That it's someone that I admire tremendously, and thank you so much for always believing in me. And thank you for inviting me today. And I
Yes.
hope that I was able to give you and the universe, whoever is listening to me, some aspect of life.
Yeah,
Just human.
you definitely have. And just, before we close out, what do you have to come? What's to come? And also, how can people contact you? Because it is tax season as well. So, and I don't know how much, more as far as clients that you could take on, but just share that for the viewers in case someone does want to reach out to you, or and just mention things you may have coming up soon.
So right now we're going through tax season. For the past 2 years, I've been doing more of a public accounting and tax season in general. Before I was doing more closer with friends, and because it takes the time for you to feel comfortable and to do. And I wanted again
Right.
to thank you, my former boss Tim Mansouri is a pro at tax season and taxes. Thank you so much. You are the smartest guy I met doing taxes. And sometimes I still go back and reference to him for questions. And I thank you, Tim, so much for everything. So right now, yeah. So what we do is my accounting name is Saraiva Group. I am on my phone number. There is my cell. I use my cell for now, but we do have the office number. But I would like to be reached directly to my cell. It's 973-444-3468, and my email it's office@saraivagroup.com. I do have some other team behind the scenes that helped me create the company. So I wanted to thank you privately for that too. I mean, public for that. And
Mhm.
that, sometimes you to work and grow a business, you can't do it by yourself. You need a team.
No, as I've learned that as well from
You
watching
cannot
others.
Yeah, you cannot be selfish and think you can do it all by yourself, because you can't. You do need a team behind yourself. You need people to
Mhm.
support. You need to help and delegate and teach. I like to teach. One of my biggest dreams
Yeah.
is to create a school to teach other people to be greatest accountants and even better than me in all in the
Yes.
world out there, because I just wanted to be very upfront how thankful I am to the people in my
Mhm.
career and the
Yeah.
people that helped me grow, that believed in me. So I'm thankful and to the universe for the experience that I had
Mhm.
in life here. So for everybody is
Beautiful.
never give up,
Yeah.
accept failure, be honest. We all
Mm.
make mistakes. You're not perfect, but you are brave. You focus in
Yes.
yourself, and you are blessed.
Yes. And it's one of my favorite words is blessed.
Yeah.
We all have to learn how to embrace that a little bit more than I think we do. Seeing how blessed we actually are, how fortunate we are.
I think one of the things that the human being nowadays, we are so busy with so many things.
Yeah.
One is it's our phones. It's like you're
Yes.
constantly there. You cannot do it. Sometimes I take 1 month. I don't. I just I'm off social media completely in 1 month.
No, you
I
have
don't.
to. I've done that. You actually
I
have to
I,
take
I
breaks.
don't. And I just if it's an emergency, people will find a way to reach out to me because you
Right,
get
they will.
distracted. With all respect, I know there's some people that just live off social media and that's how they
Mhm.
live. I
Mhm.
respect that, but again, everybody has their own personal situations. So don't spend so much time on your phone. I really
Mhm.
embrace people to do some alone time. Go
Yes.
home, even especially when you have kids. I say it for myself.
Mhm.
In a bathroom, when you're by yourself in the bathroom, seriously, stay there for
Yeah.
10 minutes, close your eyes,
Mhm.
breathe, talk to
Yes.
God, just have me time. We
Yes.
forget about that. We forget about taking care of ourselves. And it's so important to really, do you know how many people are struggling out there nowadays? How many people are going through depression? How many
Oh,
people are
plenty.
going
Yes.
through emotional abuse, suffering?
Right.
I understand very well the subject. So I just want to embrace to be, to love yourself, to understand other people, but to not take it personal. The secret is don't take it
Right.
nothing personal. Yes,
Yes. That's hard.
you have to go to work every day. You have to pay your bills.
Right.
There's certain things you got to do. We all live in society. We have to eat. We have to pay our bills. You have to do what we got to
Right.
do. But I think that what society in general is failing today is
Mhm.
self love,
Yes.
self time,
Mhm.
and embracing yourself, your own
Yes.
creativity as being unique of you. Don't be like don't like let's say you have somebody else. Oh, I want to have what they have. I want to be like them. No,
Right.
just be yourself. Everybody's gonna love you for who you are.
For who you
Yeah,
are.
you
Right.
might not be perfect for that person, but you might be perfect for millions of people.
Yes. You
Whatever
don't
you
know.
do, you know. So it's about really. I just want everybody to know. Speak up, talk about it,
Yes.
listen to. You have to listen. This
Yes.
morning, I was in this meeting and I thought I was prepared for the meeting, but I was not. So the subject was something that I cannot
Mhm.
master, and I was listening to.
Yeah.
It was actually talking about kids and me. It was at my son's school, and I was listening.
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, I still have a lot of homework to do for myself in certain aspects of life. And sometimes we have to listen, and then when you feel comfortable, say your opinion, ask questions. When you
Mm.
ask questions, there's a saying that say you have not because you didn't ask for.
Yes.
So
That's
it's the
true. Yeah.
same thing when you write down your goals. It's just a simple notepad, write down your goals
Yes.
because you're gonna forget about it. You're
Yeah,
gonna
you
forget
will.
about the
I
things.
agree. You have to actually write them down, and not only just write them down, actually go back and look at what you wrote,
Yes,
and
and
not
then
just throw it somewhere. Yeah.
yeah, and then there's sometimes you have um people that they're important to you, but you're so busy sometimes you don't reach out to them. Say just call and say,
Right.
hey, listen, I hope you're having a good day. Or, I remember you today. Sometimes we're just
Yes.
so busy with our daily lives, our
Mhm.
tasks or
Yeah.
our distractions. Another thing
Mhm.
that's really big today,
Mhm.
it's distractions. Your mind needs to
Huge.
be focused and disciplined. Let's say
Mhm.
right now I'm working on that on myself to say I start a day, I plan a certain
Mhm.
day. Usually, if I plan 5 tasks, I can only do one or two because there's so many things bombarded with stuff.
Right.
And
Too much.
I just feel that it is important for your mind to be focused. Somebody told me this one
Yeah.
time. Imagine that you're going through a road I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like a street. Let's make a street, and the houses are falling, but you keep
Mm-hmm.
going. Don't worry about what's happening behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
If your vision is to get to a certain level,
Yeah.
for example, let's say you go on a boat with two people, you and
Mm-hmm.
somebody else, and like four people, whatever, and you guys get into big argument. You guys are pissed off and furious at each other. You
Mm-hmm.
have to figure out the way to get to the end of the
Mm-hmm.
ocean because you guys are like, a small boat, for example. This is an emergency, and you are in a boat, and you guys are mad at each other, really angry.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to like whatever. The focus of you guys is survival.
Yes.
So you have to find a way to work together to paddle to make the boat to get to the other side so you can survive.
Right. You do.
So amongst those critical moments as arguing and being, mad at each other, you still have to agree on something. And
Right. You do.
what you agree is get to the other side of the ocean.
Yes.
So that's how life is. Just accept that you will have negative people constantly come to you. You will have difficulties. You will have
Mm-hmm.
financial problems. One of the
Yeah.
biggest problems in life is money. And we all
Money.
need
Yeah.
money.
All of us.
And
Yeah.
if you don't take money as so serious,
Mm.
I think you'll live a more peaceful life. Just
I
remember that
agree.
money will come to you. The universe will allow money to come to you as you need. And whatever you
Yes.
grow in life, the more you
Mm.
grow, the more money you need too. So if you have a vision
That's
to
true. You
grow
do.
and to expand, you also
Right.
need more money. When
You're
it
gonna need
comes to
more money. Right.
more money, more responsibilities,
Yes.
more
Yes.
conflicts, and you have to be prepared to handle all those things. That's why
That's it. Prepare.
that's why we go through certain situations. We have difficult people in our lives sometimes because they're preparing. Whatever we go through is preparing us for something big, for to
You
climb
have to. Hmm.
another mountain. So just accept, embrace challenge. It's fine. You're gonna be okay. You're going to be
Yeah.
okay. Just breathe.
I
Go
love
through the
that. So
problem.
you're gonna be okay.
You're just gonna be
No matter
okay.
how big that
Yeah,
mountain is.
you're gonna be okay. Just write down every day. I'm going to be okay.
Just
That's
write
it.
that down. You guys, you heard it right from Margarita's mouth.
Yeah.
Just write that down daily. Just even you
Yes.
write just one word down. Don't even have to be the full sentence. Just to get those feelings out.
And just be yourself. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest. I know sometimes it's hard because sometimes, let's say, you go to an environment. I think probably today I'm not comfortable talking about myself because I know you. But maybe if I'm somewhere else, I might not speak as
Oh,
much. Or
yeah, you've been doing fine tonight. So, and I really appreciate you for that.
I think it is important for us to be ourselves and just,
It's
you know,
most important.
and the most about is accept failure. Like I think there's some topics in my life, like even through my job right now, there's some
Hmm.
tasks that I'm procrastinating with some customers. I
Hmm.
feel bad. At the time, now I stop blaming myself, but I have to find a solution. I can't just continue going. So you have to
Right.
change. You have to
Yes.
discipline yourself. And
Right.
this goes with life, goes with your kids, with situations. And then
Hmm.
I wanted to encourage you younger listens
Yes.
and younger adults that are listening and you will in the future listen to our video is you
Hmm.
know listen to older people because older people
Yes.
they have
Please.
more experience, they've been through situations, and
They
if you
have.
have the mindset to go to school. My daughter Michelle right now she's going to about to
Mhm.
graduate from the same university I went to. Michelle
Wow.
is yeah,
Congrats.
thank you.
Oh,
She's taking a psychology major at Caldwell University, the same school I
yes.
went.
Shout out to Caldwell. That's right. Caldwell University in the house.
So and also my stepdaughter is going there too. So and I want to, I'm not saying I'm not advertising Caldwell University because you and I went to the same school, but
Right.
if your kids have the dream to go to school, let them go, embrace them and encourage them.
Hmm.
There's other kids they don't want to go to school. That doesn't mean you have to force them, but allow them to
Right.
try something different. There's
Yeah.
charter schools, there's other jobs. Just try to understand your kids to try to be there for them because we are older now. We are a
Right.
certain age now that
Hmm.
you can give not 100%. 'Cause I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I still need a lot of mentorship. I still a lot of
Still a
advice.
lot to learn. Right.
I still call my mom for a lot of things and whoever I think I can benefit from because I don't know
Yeah.
everything. I make mistakes every day too. And for whoever people that I ever hurt out there and things that I
Hmm.
felt maybe you felt uncomfortable with me with situations in life, I'm sorry, forgive me. I have forgiven you too. You have to forgive other
Right.
people. You have to
Yes.
forgive yourself. Sometimes people are so hard on yourself. They live in that moment forever and they're miserable.
Forever. That's true.
No, just you need to forgive for you. Forgive for you and forgive to them and move on to your life. If they don't want to forgive you, if they don't want to forgive themselves, that's their problem.
Yes.
Just know that as long as you don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and you don't
Hmm.
keep hurting, that's another
Yeah.
situation. But
Hurting
now
people. Right.
once you acknowledge and you know that, listen, we all humans. I did some things when I was very young age. When I moved to America in certain situations, I
Yeah.
was alone here. Like I said in the beginning of our conversation, I'm not proud of,
Hmm.
but life moves on, and I'm sure everybody
It
goes through
really does.
situations.
Right.
There's this saying, throw the first rock, whoever is innocent. Nobody's innocent. Nobody is perfect, you know.
Yeah. I
But
agree with this.
there's common sense on situations,
Oh,
and I just want to know
that's,
them.
yeah, that's not so common. But yeah. And I
So
want to show you that I'm drinking my water, show you, that
yeah, me
I,
too.
got my water right here. So I just wanted to thank you for coming on. I did want to just right quick, you mentioned the other day about how much you love planes, and it's rare for me to meet someone else who also always wanted to fly and be a pilot.
Oh
So
yeah. You see
yeah,
this? This is a little airplane I have in my desk.
yeah.
So from a very young age, I lived in a farm, and for all my friends and family that are listening, and they're from my town is called Val,
Mm,
VLE, from
okay.
Portugal, Arcos
Hmm.
Valdez. That's where we are from. So there, we are far away from the airport, so it's about an
Mm,
hour away. And at a very young age, I would go to the farm, to the months with the animals, and then I would see
right.
these little airplanes in the air, like the
Mm,
lines. And I was wondering how the planes they're holding the air, they're
mm,
so heavy. How is it possible? So
mm,
until then, I was about probably 8 years old. We had a school trip, and we went to
mm,
the closest airport. And the first time I saw a big airplane, and I was like,
mm.
"Whoa! How does this hold in the air?
Right in the air.
So
Yeah.
heavy!"
Mm,
And I
mm,
was so
mm.
young, and I'm like, so with that, I became this fascination about airplanes. How is it possible? I
Right.
wanted to study about it. And then my first flight I took was to the United States. It was my first time
Mhm.
I was 18. That's when I flew to America with my mom,
Right.
and I remember me and my mom looking at the window like, "Oh my God, look at the clouds! What's
Mm.
happening here?" Everything was so
Yeah, that's
like,
fascinating. Yeah.
and then when I started getting more involved, it's when I was at Caldwell University. I took one of those core classes, which was physics, and
Mm.
one of the projects that I was given to choose was airplanes and
Mm.
aviation and all this gravity and everything going on. I chose the
Mhm.
airplane subject, and I did the whole thing from scratch, from beginning to end. How to build
Mhm.
an airplane, how everything is done, and from then I started having this passion about airplanes. This passion every time I see an
Yes.
airplane, or I go when I have see local airports. I like to see
Mhm.
one of my dream was become a pilot. I actually applied to the United States Air Force. I had
Mhm.
2 interviews, but at the time I was a
Wow.
single mom, and
Yeah.
then because of war and I was living by myself with my daughter, they just didn't pursue. I didn't pursue with it.
Right.
But
I had an inkling for the Air Force, but at the time it was so much going on with the war in Afghanistan that it kind of turned me off from wanting to go that route. But now part of me is like maybe I should have, went and pursued it. But
if
that's
that's what if
history.
that's what you if that's what you want, if that's what's in your soul, don't give up. You learn
Well,
until you
well,
die,
right now
and
I
when you
do.
die, you don't know
Right.
everything.
Right. I mean, I still want to. I don't know if I necessarily, would want to do the Air Force, but I do
Oh,
want to learn how to fly. That is something
that's
that
why. Then
I would
then when
want to still pursue.
you need to write that down in
Yeah,
your
yeah, I
goals.
gotta put that my goal, my little
You
goal
want to? I
notebook.
actually have that on my goals right now. I know I
Yeah.
have it.
So maybe we
I
could
have.
talk after, later on
Oh,
about how we can make
I
that a
actually
goal of
I
ours.
actually don't want to share my other ones because that's private. But I'm going to share right now. My
Yeah.
first one. It says right there. It says
Yes.
pilot license right there.
Wow. Yes.
My
That's
first one.
right.
And
I
then
think
of
that's
course
so powerful for women to say.
you need to know that on this not everybody gonna be happy for your goals. Not
No, they're
everybody's gonna
not,
be
and I can care less because it's not for them.
exactly. It's for you. So
It's for you.
you just
Yeah.
have to be respectful
Yes.
and embrace diversity
Yes.
and be persistent. Like I said,
Yes.
a little bit every
Mm.
day.
Every
If you
day.
write if you write it down every day, take a
Yes.
trip. Go to your local airport and watch airplanes take off on and off.
Mm.
Eventually, you'll be inside one. One of my biggest
That's
dream is
something. Yeah.
be inside an F-16. One day it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
fly it. I'm not gonna take off with the airplane. But the ones that have for two pilots, I believe
Two,
strongly
right,
it's
with
gonna
two,
happen
right.
one day.
Yeah. Right.
You
Mhm.
can't give up, and that's why sometimes some dreams like you crazy. That's never gonna happen. I said it will happen.
It
I don't
will
know
happen.
when.
Yeah. I don't listen to that.
It's already written for me because otherwise I wouldn't be
Right.
talking about it. I wouldn't be talking
No,
about
you
it.
wouldn't.
So you always respect other people's point of view because that's okay.
Oh,
Everybody.
my aunt saying her goal is to marry for the third time. That's one of her goals.
Oh
Like she
yeah,
just said, if you persistent, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say about it. If that's what
correct.
you want, that third man, that good husband, it's going to happen.
Yeah. So
We just got to put
you
that out there in the universe.
yeah. So you need to be persistent and
Yes.
really write down everything about yourself. But above
Right.
all, honestly, there's no such thing as being a perfect person. There's no such thing as
No.
being a great human being. We all creatures of habits. We do crazy
Yeah.
stuff
Oh, we
sometimes.
are. Yeah. That's true.
And just I think just try to be the best you can to make be peaceful,
Yes.
positive, and encourage. Just encourage people to be
Yes.
positive too. Just embrace positiveness, embrace optimistic, embrace
Right. You have
challenge,
to.
and tell people it's okay to make mistakes. Just own it.
Yes. Own it. Yeah. I agree.
Accept it. Accept it. You'll be okay. You're gonna be okay. If you remember that, you're gonna be
Yes.
okay. You'll
Yes.
be fine.
Thank you for sharing that. We're gonna
You're
sign
welcome.
off for tonight. I feel like there's so many jewels that you dropped in tonight's show. I'm gonna go back and watch myself. But Marguerite, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Um, I just want to remind everybody to keep sweating yourself to a healthier self. On the Cube, the podcast is based on just health and fitness and wellness. And this was definitely a prime example of that tonight. So I just want to say I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you so much, and God bless you. Have a good night. Thank you all.
Yes. God bless everyone.
Thank
Stay
you.
blessed. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.